welcome to my channel. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. I have gotten myself dressed so I can get ready to get out the house. If you are new to my channel, please like and subscribe and tell a friend to follow me. This channel is really dedicated to those who are really in a transition in their life, hitting milestones in their life, and just want to have fun, try to find their personal style, try to figure out where they want to travel to, and just talk about life and things that are going on. So if that all appeals to you, please do like and subscribe and follow, and just have some fun. Comment. I am here for comments. We can all just have discussions. At some point, I want us to go live, but I just wanted to come today just to have a conversation to see how you guys are doing. I'm on my way to work, of course. I'm just trying to I'm actually putting on my shoes so I can get ready to get on up out of here. I just wanted to see, what you guys plan on doing this weekend because it is hump day. I have a few things that I have to get done this weekend. I don't know if you guys are, into the Greek life or whatnot. I'm not Greek. I'm not, hey, my college life, I was not able to, pledge or anything. But my daughter is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. I think she's Gamma Mu chapter. She just crossed spring 2024. And so this weekend, her boyfriend, who she has been dating on and off, but mostly on since 10th grade, he is crossing. I won't tell you what because it's a little bit premature. That he's crossing, and you will see that. When I tell you I'm excited, I am so excited when our young people are able to actually go to school, stick to their plan, get their education, and get into activities and do the things that they really want to do. There's a lot to say about accomplishing your goals as you check them off. Not that they're going to always happen that way. And we know that in life because, listen, if I was accomplish everything I want, I would be an orthodontist or oral maxillofacial surgeon. That's what I went to school for. I have a degree in biological sciences and a minor in general chemistry. I would have been a dentist instead of in medical device sales. I also would be in a sorority. I would. Not saying I won't. Let's just work on that together. Not saying that I won't, but as of right now, that's what I would have been. I would have been married. Lord, I'd have been married probably about 20, 30 years at this point because I had a goal, I had a dream. I think I even had a date. Y'all know how we are as women. We got dates for everything. And so, everything is just not punched out the way we think it's going to be. I didn't graduate college when I was supposed to. I had to go part-time. I had to stop. I had to go part-time. Had to stop because I had kids in college. After college, I ended up going to a post-bac program to go to dental school. And then I ended up getting married. What I'm trying to say is our plan does not always work out. It's always going to be God's plan and God's timing. And so what I have learned over the years is to not really get frustrated when things don't go my way, because everything can't go your way because that's just not how life is. That's a very spoiled mentality. What I say is I'm going to work hard to make the steps towards what I want. And when God decides I'm at the place where he needs me to go, if I have to pivot, I'm ready. If I can go into what it was I wanted, I'm ready. But you just have to get yourself mentally prepared. You got to get yourself physically prepared and have an understanding that not everything is going to come at that point. When I tell you there's been so many twists and turns in my life, but when I look back at it, I always tell people that my cumulative resume has put me in position for any and everything I could possibly ever want to do because God has made sure that I've had a little bit of exposure to everything. And I guess that's going to be our word for the day. I guess today our word is going to be exposure. You need to expose yourself to so many things so that you can learn and that you can grow. You cannot stay mentally locked into one place, you have to be able to expand upon your knowledge base, no matter what that is, whether that's reading, politics, travel, school, relationships. You have to learn to grow, because you cannot be just planted in this one space and not feed yourself so that you can expand your leaves or your branches. So for me, it is always an expansion going on. I expose my brain to so many different things, whether it's foods, travel. And listen, let me tell you, when you go and you travel, hey, you might think it's going to be this best vacation ever, and it comes down to it that it is just not where you wanted to go, and you spend all this money, thousands of dollars, to get here and hit this where we at. But when you come back and in retrospection, you have learned that everything in other countries is not the same way it is here, and you begin to get a better understanding and appreciation for what you have at home, and then it makes you want to really dive into other cultures. I absolutely love other cultures because it's so different. The only thing that I have to get used to is the food, because everybody's food is so different. And like here in the US, we're used to certain spices. You know, we have the oregano, all seasoning. You know, we use things that we're used to. So when I went to, let me take you back to when I went to Cartagena, Colombia. Loved it. I went to Cartagena. I went to Palenque. Palenque is the actual first Africans, I guess you can call them African Colombian, that were freed, and they were free slave. They fought. They did their own revolution. Listen, that was in the 1600s. They've been freed since the 1600s. They have their own community that's outside of Cartagena. It is beautiful. It's like stepping back in time. And when I say stepping back in time, that's exactly what I meant. We were able to go and visit, and that's like they didn't really, some of it didn't have running water. They didn't have traditional beds. They showed us how they lived. The children, the people in the village were exceptionally nice. It was just totally different. Like, I couldn't imagine living that way, but I know that we could if we were in that situation. And then when I was in Cartagena, you know, I noticed when we got there, it was raining. When I say raining, that was an understatement. And I'm so used to flying into airports, and you get, you know, when the plane pulls up, they bring out this little sky bridge, and it comes to and attaches to the door. They open up the door and you walk straight through. Oh, no, ma'am. No, sir. That's not what happens. Not in all places. Listen, me and my sister was on this plane, and next thing we know, everybody jumped up, like, you know, they do in America. Everybody jumps up because they ready to get off this plane. They've been locked up for so long. Y'all, I didn't understand why. First of all, in my brain, I didn't realize there was a front door, a middle door, and a back door on most planes. Totally lost because I'm used to going out the front. Y'all, the back door opened up. The back side door, and this is not a little plane, American Airlines, hey, it was a Max. It was a seven, whatever, something Max, Air Max. Y'all, the back door opened up, and people were going both ways. I was like, oh, okay, they got two sky bridges. Naive as it can be. Honey, we got our stuff, and we started walking off the plane, and we went out the back door because we were closer. We were in the middle of the plane, so we went ahead and we went out the back door. When we went out this back door, we went down steps. You know how the president comes down steps? The difference with the presidents, they have people with umbrellas holding. If it's raining, they hold something over you. No, ma'am. We was on the tarmac, and it was pouring down, raining. I was speechless. I felt like, what is happening here? And so that was my first taste of, baby, you are not in Kansas, or shoot, for my sake, you are not in Tennessee anymore. We was not in Tennessee. So, you know, we walked on, laughed, you know, it's like, okay, that's fine. The airport, you know, it's a smaller international airport. Let's just go. So we get in there and we go through customs or whatnot, get stamped, and we go on. So, and when I tell you it's raining, it really, really, really was raining. So when we got I think we have a taxi. I think we did. No, we had a driver. So we had a driver that was meeting us. And our driver, y'all, Everybody don't drive the same in different countries. They don't have the same rules. Everybody don't even have stoplights like we do. And if they do they even pay attention to them? I think I probably saw one stop sign the entire time I was in Cartagena. I have no lies to tell. I have just not one lie to tell. This man drove, first of all, it was a manual, which is a stick shift here. I could drive one of those. This man was cutting up the road. It was flooding everywhere. Their sewage system was not built like ours to be able to handle mass flooding or, a lot of water when it comes down. And it was water everywhere. I wish I knew how to insert, because goodness gracious, I got pictures. If I can, I'm going to try to insert. This is going to be my time. But if I can, y'all, one day I'm going to learn how to do it, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to redo this so that you can see. This was hilarious. Okay. So this man's driving so fast. And so, he's just jerky, moving, but he's in control. He's in control. This is what they do. This is how they drive. Y'all, on the other person's car, I could smell exhaust coming from the other person's car. I was appalled. When I tell you I was appalled, I was completely appalled, because I was like, I don't understand how we could be on the road driving and we're stopping on someone's bumper. They're merging. I don't even know if you want to call it merging. Like, there's no defined lanes. So people are just kind of like driving and they cut in front of each other. I don't think they were even honking horns. It was just, this is what it is. Intersections, they kind of take a little pause and they just gone. Y'all, it gave me anxiety every single time he had to come pick us up. And not only that, he had the windows up. Dude, we don't smell exhaust in America when we're driving. Oh, my TV just popped out. We don't smell exhaust like that. Now, if I smell exhaust like that, I'm immediately thinking, honey, y'all need to go through emissions. Y'all need to get that car fixed, because I don't want you poisoning me. I felt like it was trying to poison me. That's what I felt like. I felt like that man was trying to get me, and I wasn't here for it. I was not. I'm like, hey, roll the windows down. And it's raining. People sitting outside and walking like it's normal. So, okay, so we got that. And I'm telling you, this is all about the culture. When you go to different places, I know that you weren't expecting to hear the story, but honey, this is about learning different cultures. So then we go, we're on our way to our hotel, which we stayed at a Marriott property. I usually try to stay in Marriott properties because we work when I travel. We go to Marriott, so I like to get my Marriott rewards. So normally when you go to a Marriott, you're thinking, it's going to be nice. You pull up, you got this nice little scenery. You're like, oh, we made it. It's so nice and pretty. Okay, so honey, let me tell you about this one. Imagine this is the street. Okay, no, let's do this. This is the hotel. This is the street. This is us coming down the street. Y'all, he pulled right in front of the hotel. It was a flat front. Pulled right in front of the hotel. No parking spaces, no cover, no welcome sign, nothing. And popped open the doors and basically was like, here, peace, y'all out, y'all here. Y'all, first of all, it was hot as Hades. If you know anything about Colombia, it stays a consistent 90-something degrees. I think they said the lowest it may go in December is like 85. And the sun don't play games with nobody. The sun does not play games. So you are hot, you are sweaty. So it's hot as Hades because it's not raining right now. It's just starting to get hot, even though there's water everywhere. So you get out the car and you walk up on the curb and you walk into this building. The thing is when you go to a lot of tropical countries, a lot of things are outside, although it appears to be inside because of it's so warm and so hot, they can be outside. And so you walk into this lobby, you check in or whatever. But for us, we were there early. Check-in wasn't until, I think, 3. And I think until 4. And then, well, we had gotten there like 2 o'clock. So they didn't have our room ready. They were very hospitable. They were the nicest people ever. They explained to us how the money was, because we didn't understand how, every time you go to a different country, their money is kind of different. When we were at the airport, we got it in Miami. So we did exchange some of our currency. I think between my sister and I think we exchanged $600, $500 or $600 worth of American money to pesos, because it's just easier. It was easier for us, so we thought. So anyway, you really do want to kind of look that stuff up. But so anyway, they explained everything to us. They took our bags and said, hey, when it's time, we'll let you know. We were hungry anyway, so we decided to go into the restaurant that was there. Y'all, let me tell you something. I think if you watched any of my videos, I think it was my last video. If you watched my last video, you know without a shadow of a doubt that I have lost weight, and I take a shot. Which one? I'm on Zepbound. I take a Zepbound shot every 3 weeks. I'm so glad I took that goddamn shot. Let me tell you why. Because I wasn't hungry. And I'm glad I wasn't hungry, because I didn't like nothing about the food. I didn't. And that was my very first time out of the country. Y'all, I didn't like food. I didn't like nothing about y'all. They plantain, that's what they called them. The snapper. I was not used to. So how do I put this? I love high-end things. I love a good meal. I'm going to spend my money on a really good meal, and I want it to be presented to me in such a way. So they did have these plantain chips that you could dip in like this sour cream or yogurt stuff. That was good. I would eat that up. But I don't care. I think we tried the lamb chops. We tried the shrimp. I tried the pasta. I tried so many different dishes while I was at that hotel, because we were there for 5 days. Y'all, I'm so glad I wasn't starving, because if I was normally hungry, I'd have been highly upset. We went to restaurants. We had a nice dinner at a restaurant. I don't remember the name of it because it's been a minute, but I don't remember the name of it. But they had like performers and everything. They would come out and dance. I love the culture. They were so proud. They were proud people. I loved everything about the culture and the people. I just couldn't get past the fact that this city did not look, it almost looked depressing. And maybe it was because of the rain, but it just didn't seem, not to say it wasn't clean, but it just didn't seem clean. You know what I'm saying? And people try to call it a third world country. I don't think it was third world country. I think it was just an older country where, you still had cobblestone, and it just wasn't like, it was Colombia. I don't want to talk about anybody's country, because the people there were beautiful. Loved everything about it. What I thought was interesting even about our dinner, and I had snapper, and I'm not a big seafood person. I eat seafood, but I'm not a big fish person. So I was really apprehensive about eating the fried snapper, but I got the fried snapper, and I had this stuff. It was like black rice. That was unnerving to me. And then I think I realized what I did not like. I don't eat in the dark. Like, I can understand dimly lit, but I don't eat in the dark. And this was in the dark, and that way I couldn't see my food. And so to me, it was kind of unnerving, because I couldn't see what I was kind of eating, and I couldn't get the appearance of the food. I like to see what it is. It gives me that appeal by seeing the food, how it's placed on the plate. I'm just about that, like, you know what I'm saying, how it looks. But anyway, I didn't really want to eat that much, but the atmosphere was great. But what I want to tell you before I have to get off here, because I got to get ready to get out this house, what I do want to explain to you about this is, when the people were getting ready to perform, they walked out the front door, and it's kind of like in an alley, what you call alley, but it's not. It's just the way their streets are in between buildings, because they're like close. They would get dressed It's not like it's a bathroom or a place. They had to walk out the door and they go get dressed and then they come back. I thought that was very strange. It was different, but you know, it was pretty cool. It turned into like a big old club, I think, afterwards. It was nice. It was taking some time for me to really disconnect from what I'm used to get into other people's tradition. So, you know, but anyway, so I think that I did not have a good time in Cartagena because I had blocked myself. And also too, where we had our hotel was with the locals. And that's okay to be with the locals, but somebody should have told me that I was in the middle of the city. We walked to the grocery store. The ocean was really across the street from us, but it wasn't like those pretty beaches with the blue water. No, ma'am. This looked like the river. Brown sand that looked like they hadn't dragged it to get the stuff, the driftwood and stuff off. Didn't want no parts of none of that. I'm not getting in that. Why y'all swimming over there? That don't look safe. That's how I saw it. But we had a fantastic photo shoot. We got to speak to someone, and I'm about culture and their tradition, and I'm about history. So we got a great history lesson of Colombia, and how they became the old city, that's where I want to stay if I go again. I'm going to go back and give it a chance because I didn't give this culture a chance. So I promise you, when I came back, my friends were like, that's not where you were supposed to stay. This is where you should stay. And it was beautiful, honey. They had restaurants. They had what restaurant was that they had? Oh my gosh. Listen, I don't know. They had restaurants that Cheesecake Factory. They had a Cheesecake Factory in the old city and I didn't know about it. Not that I'm just a Cheesecake Factory fan, but doggone, can I get something I like? They got something on the menu. But anyway, I wish I could show you videos. I'll see if I can try. I have since began to learn how to go to other countries and actually enjoy and emerge into the culture. Now I actually go in and I look for the actual local people so that I can mix and mingle with them, because that is where you get the true life of people. So it's kind of like when they come to Nashville, they all go down on Broadway. Honey, baby, we don't go to Broadway. We don't live like that. We ain't out here riding the beer train, none of that stuff. You should come into the regular neighborhoods and see how we walk, how we shop, how we do life, the grocery stores. I did go to the grocery store. I go to the grocery store in every country. So anyway, so the basics of this is get to know yourself over these next few years. And that's just what you should do anyway. Get to know yourself, travel, experience, and explore. Expand your horizons. And that is what I'm going to do in 2025. I want to thank you guys for just stopping by. Even if you didn't stay for long, just hit the like and subscribe and come back, because I promise you there's something that we can talk about. There will be something that we can talk about. Just give it a chance, my friends. But anyway, have a blessed day, because I am. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.